Hello guys and welcome back to the Minecraft Mon tutorial. In today's episode we're finally going to be starting on biomes, and then in the next episode we're also going to be doing world types. So let's get started. Firstly we're going to want to create the biome init, so go into your init package, create a new class called biome init. Inside of here you want two functions, public static void register biomes and also private static biome init biome. We are going to call init biome inside of register biomes. Init biome wants a few parameters. So firstly, biome. So which biome we directly want to do these functions to. String name, so the name of the biome. Biome type. If you import biome type and hover over it, you'll see that there's desert, warm, cool and icy, so the different types of biomes. And then type, if we import type here, it is the Biome Dictionary one. And go into this class, there's hot, cold, sparse, dense, wet, dry, lots of things that you can put in here. And import biome as well. So inside of init biome, wants to do a few things to our biome. Firstly, we set our registry name, biome.setRegistryName to the name that we input here. Then we need to register the biome using forge registries. So forge registries dot biomes dot register, and then our biome here. We then need to add the biome type. So Biome Dictionary dot add types, our biome, and then type. Then Biome Manager dot add biome, our biome type, then a new biome entry, our biome, and then the weight of spawn, I'm going to put 10. If we import biome entry and look in the class, all it's doing is adding our biome with a weight. So biome manager, our biome, adds it to the game. Then biome manager to add spawn biome, our biome, just means that it can now spawn in the world, which we need to do after we've added it in the first place. And then we return our biome. We need to actually create a biome above this function. So public static final biome, the name of your biome in all caps, I'm putting copper, is equal to a new, and the class name of your biome, which is going to be biome copper, or biome and then whatever your biome name is. We're going to create this class in a minute. Now we've created the actual biome there. We can init biome, call it inside a register, the copper biome, then a string with copper, then biome type biome type dot, and then choose which one refers to your biome. I'm going to put warm, put type dot types, and then put types in here. And then here, after init biome, you can put as many types as you want. So mine's going to be a type dot hills, it's going to be a type dot mountain, it's going to be a dry biome, and so on and so forth. You can put as many as you want, because this you can have multiple types of biome. So now we've actually initialized it. Well, we'll firstly go and put it inside of our registry handler, which we do in other registries. Biome init dot register biomes, and that will actually call it properly. We need to save all, and there we go. And then we need to create our biome copper class. I'm going to put this inside of world, and I'm going to create a new package called biome. And so biome copper extends biome. So firstly we need to get the constructor, biome copper, and we need to super off something called biome properties. Super new biome properties, then the name of your biome in here. After the name, if you type dot, there's a lot of properties that you can add to your biome. Set base biome will set your biome to be based off another biome. We're not going to do that if you want to make your biome completely custom. Set base height. This is a float value. If we go into the actual biome class, hover over it with control and click it, and scroll down to the bottom, you'll find all the biomes inside of a register biomes function here, and all of their properties. So if we look at extreme hills, which is what mine's like, the base height is 1.0. I'm going to make mine a bit crazier and make it 1.5. So that's how high up it's going to be. Height variation, so how much it goes up and down. Extreme hills is 0.5. Mine's going to be 1.2. So that's crazy height variation. That'll be going up and down everywhere. Then temperature, how warm your biome is. In extreme hills is 0.2. A plains is 0.8 and desert is 2. I'm going to put 9 as 0.6. Something else I like to do in my biomes is disable rain. You can do this, and you can also enable snow if you want to. If you've got a cold biome, I'm going to disable rain in mine. And the final thing that's worth doing is watercolour. You can make your watercolour something different. So if you open up your browser and type in binary colours, come to this website called hexadecimal decimal colours, and you can adjust to find a colour you want. I'm going to have mine be like a dark red, so copy the decimal value into here, and that is what your watercolour will be. It will be a bit darker, as all the watercolours are based off of the dark blue, that's the default watercolour, but it won't be that much different, so mine will end up being a dark red. So obviously in your biome you want to adjust the blocks. So top block, this is what's normally grass in like a plains biome or a forest biome. You can set it to any of your blocks. I've actually gone and created a custom dirt. All I did was copy my planks and just adjust the naming and just the texture and also the material. So we're going to set this to block init dot your block. I'm going to choose my dirt, get its default state, and then if it's a variant block with property block dirt.variant enum handler.enum type, and then I'm going to put copper obviously. So now the top block, what would normally be the grass, is now my custom dirt. The filler block, which is what's normally dirt, like the 5 blocks between the stone and the grass, I'm going to set to be my ore. So block init ore overworld default state, and I'm going to copy the with property here. Obviously change it to block ores.variant. So now there'll be like a lot of ore around. Another thing you can adjust is if you type this dot decorator and go into the biome decorator and go down here where it says public void decorate. There are lots of gens here: dirt gen, gravel ore gen, diorite gen, coal gen, and etc. You can go here, put dot, and then any of the gens. So let's say coal gen for me, and you can equal it to a new world gen mineable. You need to import world gen mineable and click add arguments. Then put in a block here. I'm going to put block init dot planks, and then the number of them that'll spawn, I've put 10. So now all the coal that would normally spawn is now going to actually be my planks. You can adjust any of these to your liking. Also in Decorator, there is these things called trees per chunk, water lilies per chunk, and all that. You can adjust these numbers to your liking. I wouldn't put more than 2 trees per chunk though. So this .decorator .trees per chunk, I'm going to put 2. But that actually is going to spawn the default tree, which we don't want. So what we need to do, above the function here, protected, static, final, then world.gen abstract tree, call it tree, is equal to a new world.gen copper tree. So we're saying that our tree is going to be copper tree, and now we tell the biome function that. So override get random tree feature, and return tree. So now the tree will spawn as our copper tree. To make this fully work, we need to make a couple of modifications. So inside of your world.gen custom trees, you need to make your copper tree be referring to biome copper.class. So it'll spawn in the copper. And you also need to find whichever block you set as your top block here. If you want your trees to spawn in there, you go into your blocks. I'm going into my block dirts here. You need to add this function can sustain plant and just return true. So it's telling your game this can have a plant on top of it. The last thing you can do to your biome to customize it is add which things will spawn there, the monsters, the passive animals, and so on. Firstly, you're going to want to clear all the list of things that normally spawn. This .spawnable cave creature list, clear. Creature list, clear. Monster list, clear. And water creature list, clear. So now no mobs will spawn. And now add everything you want just to the spawnable creature list. Add. You add a new spawn list entry and refer to the class. I'm going to have mine spawning withers everywhere. Entity wither .class. The weight of its spawning, once again I'm going to put 10. The minimum amount of them that can spawn at once, 1, and the maximum 5. And I'm also going to add an ender dragon as well. So now I have withers and ender dragons spawning in my biome. That is everything done for your biome. We've customized everything. Obviously you can have a look around Decorator and try and modify other things if you please. But there isn't that many things that you can change. Unfortunately I haven't actually figured out how to modify the stone, like normal stone spawning. As if you just type in the word stone, this generate biome terrain here is a final function, which means you can't override it. So I can't figure out how to override stone, and also the stone block is also final, so I can't change that either. So obviously I'll make a new video when I figure out how to modify these type of blocks. But for now you're going to have to live with this. So now that is done, we've already registered it, and everything should work. Just to make sure, go into your biome init, and just after forward registry.biomes.register, put system.out.println biome registered, and the same thing again after add spawn biome, put biome added. So now run the game. You should see these two messages inside the chat well, inside the console, sorry. We see here std out, harry.mod.biome in it, biome registered and biome added, meaning it should be in your game. You're going to have to create a new world. As you can see, I'm on the default world type, create new world, and you might have to look around for quite a while to try and find your biome. Here we are, I've just created a second world, and as you can see, here's my biome. All my trees are spawning, there are withers, and also there is my ore here, along with my dirt. And my trees are spawning everywhere. I can't see an ender dragon. I don't think ender dragons like spawning in the overworld, so that was a bit ambitious really. And obviously this is very unrealistic. You wouldn't normally have withers and ender dragons spawning in a biome. Here as you can see, my water's a bit purpley. I must have copied in the wrong colour there because I'm sure I did red, but oh, here's my water red. This is just a bit of a glitch from the lighting. Here I have red water here coming out of here. So we've got nice red water, we've got my dirt, we've got my ores, we've got my withers, we've got trees. Everything's working perfectly. There are still a couple of normal trees spawning, but that's nothing to worry about really. Everything is working in my biome. So in the next episode, I will be creating a custom world type and showing you how to just have a world type with just your biome in it. And then following on from that, we'll have entities and then dimensions. So subscribe to my channel if you're really excited for them. Leave a like on this video if you have enjoyed it or found it useful. Thanks for watching. My name has been Harry.